play. Hello guys, welcome. We're going to be getting to a very cool game respawning directly on top of Legion's Whisper, who's going to be the blue Terran on the top right, which is actually really interesting because he's not actually true Terran, he's random player. So he's this random player who's going to be spawning as Terran, which is especially interesting considering the fact that his opponent is UR's Crazy, the red Terran bottom left. So we're having a TVT for you guys of rather interesting proportions, because as of right now you actually don't know. There we go, this is in the wrong spot, but that's going to be okay. But yeah, so basically we're having this cool series for you guys, and we're just actually having the cast from replays now, but I have a stream person casting with us, which is very exciting.
Yep. I think it's going to be really interesting to see when Crazy decides to scout, because it's a random player and can mean a lot in TBT.
Yep, definitely. So with this though, there's a random player actually going to have a little bit of a disadvantage in all mirror matchups, just because they don't have as much experience in that matchup as their opponent usually would, considering that opponent would main that race. But it's a minor inconvenience, I want to say, considering the skill levels and the experience levels of both of these players. So I'm definitely curious about what Whisper's plan is going to be, because Whisper is a GM random player. And guys, if you want to easily vote for who you want to win in xanderfever.tv/vote, which can be especially interesting considering the players that we have and the fact that this is a clan war for ESEA. So it's kind of a lot on the line during this thing, so it's nice to see exactly what you guys think while you're watching.
I'm just going to keep an eye on the production here and see where they deviate from their build. So far it's pretty similar. Looks like earlier orbital command coming in for Crazy.
Yeah,
It's a little ahead.
Yeah, it looks like both players are going to be going for a gases expansion though. No gases being taken, the refineries are not done. One thing that's different though is the fact that Whisper has his buildings not in a wall-up position, which is fine. It leaves less vulnerable later on for things like tank lines that can easily siege up and actually attack as items at the wall for the other Terran opponent, but it's not a huge difference. You get more mining time. It's pretty minimal. So right now, Whispers and Crazy's both command centers are down.
Looks like Whisper's getting some gas, getting 2 refineries at once here.
Yep, double gas is going to be able to get out his teching fairly quickly. He may go for a 1-1-1. After this, maybe throw down a barracks before anything else. But what this really shows is that TVT, you can kind of do whatever you want, and it still has a possibility of working, which makes it a very interesting matchup. Crazy right now is going for the more standard thing to do, just to add on a couple more racks before you go for any higher tech, just so you have Marines to defend anything earlier on and be stable that way. While Whisper's going for the bunker and the tech route, because I'm pretty sure we're going to see a factor going down once he finally gets 100 gas.
And there's the factory right there.
Yep, there it has popped. Also, keep in mind, you probably will get a few seconds ahead of me just because I'm streaming, etc., etc., etc. So just, well, I keep that in mind.
Alright, will do.
Okay. And guys, remember, it's ESEA, so you do have 4 best of 3s and then a 5th best of 3 if the series do tie 2-2 when they're scored. So both these teams have 1 game apiece at this point in time, so it's quite possible that we will be seeing a 5th match if, let's just say, Crazy wins this one, and then the next one, Legion wins their best of 3. So it'd be very, very cool if we do get to that point. That'll be a lot of fun. So we're going to see Whisper should be on his starport next, and he does that along with the tech lab on with that factory. So we should be seeing Banshees coming out for Whisper. This does get scanned right away. We did see the red circle around the starport, so Crazy did click on that, and he knows Banshees will be hitting him soon.
I think it's pretty interesting that Crazy here is going for combat shields as his first upgrade from his tech lab.
Yeah, it's
instead of like a stem or something.
Yeah, it shows an intent to be defensive, because you get that combat shield faster, you get stim. It takes a minute less to research, and what it also means is that Marines die in 3 shots compared to 2 shots versus Banshees, And a big thing is that if you have stimmed only Marines versus combat shield only Marines, the combat shield Marines I think still win because you have 55 health versus 35 health Marines when you add in the stim damage.
Yeah. And it looks like that 10 extra health may come in handy as Cloak Banshee seems to be on the way for Whisper.
Yep, Cloak is down, and the Banshee's going to be on the way fairly shortly. Right now, though, we just see that Crazy's got more than twice the Marines out. Okay. And I actually do that on purpose, Draken. Just so you know. Alright, well, I guess with that kind of message, though, I kind of do have to go to busy. Oh well, I try not to, Draken. Alright, so with that in mind, Crazy is getting out his +1 weapon, so he'll be able to do a lot there. He is getting a reactor on top of his starport very quickly, so he should be going for a pretty strong bio shortly with medevac support.
And the double eBay from Whisper is going to have a little quicker on his upgrades. Could make a difference.
Yeah, I like Whisper's build. It's cutting a lot of corners, but kind of trying to do it in a very safe manner. The turrets that are out for Crazy are going to help him actually detect the Cloak Banshees. The Cloak is now engaging, so Crazy can't see it quite yet, but the Marines are there with that combat shield and being very, very susceptible to pretty much. Banshee's coming in. The turret's not finished yet. Looks like Whisper is targeting the eBay. That's a little bit of a greedy target. He's going to be able to finally take down the SCV that's building the missile turret. You will see Crazy is going to be able to continue building it, though. And it finishes, and we surge
into the other one.
Oh. Not good to be that Banshee pilot. Alright, so now we see a scary force from Crazy with a whole lot of Marines, plus what's called medevacs. It's a very nice attack. If you look at Whisper's base, he's got his tech up. Look at the siege tanks, and the siege mode's already done, and he is prepping for multiple siege tank production at once, along with a lot of racks, and Crazy's gonna have a hard time actually busting into this until his stim finishes, but stim is close to finishing. Once that does, he can stim in, try and get a good spread, and maybe focus down that tank, and you could have an opening to just outright kill Whisper.
Yeah, there is going to be that timing where Crazy's stim is going to be done and Whisper's is not. Whisper does have a few siege tanks out that he could hide behind. It looks like a drop's coming in.
Yeah, the drops now going by the middle. We see the first couple Marines now being dropped. There's moving along, but it looks like they're not going to be doing much of anything except possibly killing down a refinery, which is actually a better bit of damage than you might think, considering the gas-intensive and tech style of Whisper. Looks like he's going to lose the orbital's actually going to go down.
Ooh.
Oh, that is a big loss, and with that, we see Crazy just retreating completely, and it looks like Whisper actually revolted into the supply depot too. Oh, and their fire didn't fall, actually. It's kind of surprising. But talk about damage. That was a dead CC in that main base.
And, I mean, Whisper kind of went with this heavy upgrade style where he's now getting 2-2 and had siege and stuff earlier, and without his extra command center there, his greed's not going to do him much good. He's just going to kind of be stuck on this smaller army with more upgrades, but it's always going to be smaller.
Upgrades are surprisingly strong when you have Marines against Marines, because every single Marine does so much damage when you have those upgrades. Just think about the percentage increase those the damage will do. But right now they shoot through the drop and try and continue. That's not going to go so well. A couple of Marines will be sacrificed to make sure that the medevacs can escape. But back to the point. Marines, when they have their +2 attack, that's an additional 2 damage on top of 6. So that's quite literally a 33% increase in damage. And when you spread that over an entire army of Marines that have an upgrade advantage over the other side, that's almost a 20% damage increase compared to your opponent when he has upgrades. And that's a huge amount considering how many Marines get out at one time.
You can see Crazy's really gearing up here. He's putting up 4 more racks. He's getting ready to start mass producing and reproducing his army if he loses it.
Yep, he's got his 3rd command center almost done as well, so he's going to be able to have a very nice economy. It looks like Whisper's being able to remake his Orbital Command, his main base. It's about 2 seconds from completing, 1 second, and it's now completed, which is nice for him. But the thing is, Whisper's 2-2 is about to complete, and we'll see how on top he is of getting his 3-3 begun. So Crazy does have a very nice force in the middle. He's got a lot of tanks out, no upgrades for them. These Marines, though, are still just at the +1 attack. eBay is getting his +1 armor, but his other eBay is kind of waiting for the armor to complete so that we can actually see him working on getting out his own double upgrades. But Whisper right now is very much ahead as his 3-3 has officially begun.
I don't know if he knows that Whisper has a tank in this medevac.
Yeah, that's really weird.
He's kind of carrying it around. It's a lazy tank.
I mean, you're already sitting down in a tank. There's not much else you could do.
Broke a wheel.
One Marine just attacking the rocks. Oh, we've got a drop down here in the main base of Crazy. Looks like he actually has a barracks that's burning down. Whisper's doing a bit of damage. He's actually taking down an add-on over there. But now Crazy's going to be able to move in. He takes down the medevac quite easily. Now he's going to be able to take his third base.
Drop coming into the natural for Crazy. He's going to counter drop here. Maybe.
I like it. The medevac is there. It's just... There we go. Now we have the drop. He's going to move in. Doesn't stem that. Looks like Whisper can't really attack into the siege tank line, especially with the watchtower vision. And it looks like we are going to see Crazy being able to escape. Yes, he's going to be able to escape with this medevac. Still filled with 7 Marines.
Some poking going around the Zelnaga tower, but Whisper can't really move in against that vision for Crazy.
And it looks like Crazy will be taking his third orb command at that base, and while Whisper's going to be building his own command center.
2 of them, actually.
Yeah, in a weird spot. I mean, there's the second one building. There's the second one building inside the main base.
I wonder if he's going to try to hit some sort of timing here with his 3-3 finishing up, where he's going to have a severe upgrade over Crazy's just 1-1.
Oh god, yeah. Looks like we may actually be going to a little bit of a base trade. That's going to make those 3-3 Marines so important. But we see that Whisper has scanned. He knows exactly where Crazy is. And now we're going to be able to watch him push forward. He's going to go ahead and start targeting down his orbital command very quickly. And that's going to be falling. There's no way that's going to be surviving. We see some SUVs are going to lose their own lives. That is a big loss because Crazy did not choose to actually attack.
Yep. Basically a base for nothing at that point.
Yep. Crazy though is not as far ahead in macro as he might be, but now we're having a big stim. Whisper doesn't have his 3-3 quite. There's the +3 attack finishing. That's going to be huge. So Crazy may still actually end up losing this battle. It's really close. It looks like he's going to be, yes, he will be losing it. God, those upgrades are so strong. 3-2 versus 1-1 is not even close. Not even close. And with that, sorry.
Says looking like Crazy's 2-2's finishing up just after the battle. He could have picked a better time for the engagement.
Yeah, I don't think he's realized how far ahead Whisper is on ups. I mean, he hasn't even seen those double E-base. He just knows about the armory. I don't know if he ever clicked on the Marines. Oh, it's Marine down here in the bottom right, and they started trying to do a little bit of harassment against those SCVs, right? Not just damaging a few of them.
There's a big attack onto the third of Whisper.
Ah, yes there is. We see that command going down. And the siege tanks are now in a great spot for Crazy. Whisper, though, with his 3-3 is actually taking a lot of abuse. Crazy's still only at 2-1. His 2-2 is not even done yet because this infantry armor still has another 40 seconds before it will complete. Still a base trade. A base for a base, I guess, is nice, but Whisper's got his third now up and running while Crazy does not have his, which is a really unfortunate thing for him. He's now quite far behind. His command center is only halfway done. That's going to hurt him.
What are the upgrades on Whisper's tanks? Just 1-0, and 2-0's coming in now for Crazy.
Well, that's good. I mean, Crazy needs some kind of advantage in his upgrades and something. He's getting his +3 attack right now for his bio. He doesn't have his +3. Oh, never mind. His +3 armor literally just started 2 seconds ago.
Still, Whisper has quite a time frame here where he's still going to have the upgrade advantage if he wants to try to make something happen with it.
Alright, but now we're seeing, oh, Crazy's been caught in a terrible position. His siege tanks are incredibly vulnerable, and they are going to get now wrecked. Whisper is going to be able to siege up his tanks and move in, but Crazy does have an advantage in terms of the timing. He's going to be able to clean up the tanks with Whisper. Nice job there. Whisper did manage.
Looked like Whisper just waited a couple seconds too long to siege up with his tanks.
Yeah, the sieging up timing is critical. But Whisper did save his third command. That's pretty big. Crazy's actually floating up his third command center to take his, well, more like his fourth or fifth command center now, so he can try to take his third again.
Yeah, Crazy's completely mined out his main and is way oversaturated in his natural. He really needs to get that third base down. He's going for it right now, but his economy's way down right now.
He only has 6 patches of his natural expansion. The weird thing is that because of Whisper losing his main command center a while ago, he actually has more minerals left in his main than his natural, which is really, really weird. But Whisper is now trying to be in a nice defensive spot once again. And that bottom res is going to start mining more with those SCVs. We do see the SCV count is actually pretty much even, 56 to 7, nothing crazy there. Well, their crazy is here, but he's a person. It's not a state.
Yeah.
Alright, but this is going to be unfortunate for Crazy in the fact that Legion's Whisper is going to be able to get down this Orbital Command once again. It's actually bringing the one from his natural expansion to take his fourth base.
I think if Whisper can hold this fourth base, he will have a severe economic advantage here coming in. But, I mean, Crazy has slowly and steadily been catching up in the upgrades, so Whisper's kind of lost the advantage that he had earlier in the game, and he's even going to be behind with +3 weapon coming in for Crazy.
Yeah, I mean, that's a really nice thing for Crazy. It looks like we just saw the death of a Marine in horrible fashion, getting shelled in the face by a Sage tank. Yikes. Sounds painful. Alright. Crazy though, he does have his third base up and running and everything. Whisper still is going to have a significant lead in his income because of the spread of the SCVs that he has. He does have an opportunity to get his rich Vespene Geyser too, so it can help his gas income to a great extent. But right now, it's just... oh, you know what? The gas income's hurt for Whisper because he doesn't have that natural expansion still mining the gas from a close command center. So he could really needs the rich Vespene Geyser at his fourth. Crazy actually is not mining any gas at all really from his 30. He doesn't really need it. His gas bank is huge. We are seeing him do a drop inside the main base of Whisper right now.
Maybe kill off a few of these add-ons can make a big difference resupplying after the next fight. He's even going to kill off a barracks. He's just not responding here.
Base is under attack.
He's going to kill off a lot of these barracks.
Yeah, he is. And now we're actually seeing Whisper is getting... oh, he's getting the siege up faster, forcing Crazy back over here. But Whisper is now separated armies for Crazy. Actually, Whisper's going for a drop too, hitting the mid-left pretty effectively. Crazy, though, is going to be able to pick off one tank. Nice trade there, keeping his medevac alive for the moment. I mean, that thing almost died. Something I want to see is people getting the ship plating to keep their medevacs alive longer, but no one ever does that. Oh, man's going to try and be safe. That's not going to work out so well. Crazy, though, is going to get completely flanked by Whisper. Whisper's moving forward with a lot of tanks. He's completely bust through, not even bothering to siege up. No need when you get a full 360-degree surround against those units with the siege tanks from the right, siege tanks, Marines on the left, SCVs up top, just chilling. Doesn't really matter. Crazy's now lost his entire army, but Whisper's showing to be a very, very strong random player. I mean, in this TVT, this macro TVT, he's really hanging in there with Crazy quite well. And in fact, he's even in the lead. Only thing that's behind him, and that's going to be only a true a couple seconds. +3 vehicle up and finishing Crazy right now.
Right on the siege tank.
Whoa.
Oh, he's gonna drop right on it.
Something like he will. There's no reason not to. There it is, and that tank is now gone. But that's the positional advantage that Crazy needed. He does have a few tanks and some Marines over here, but he's having to be really careful in how he controls, because this is a terrible position for him to be in. When Whisper's got 9 tanks out, and Crazy has 2. All those idle SCVs.
Yeah, that's what I was just looking at.
34 of them were just idle.
No work.
All work and no play makes me a dull boy. All work and no play makes me a dull boy. All work and no play makes me a dull boy. I hope someone knows the song that I'm singing.
I wish I did, but I don't.
Oh, you're sad.
I could have supported you better on that one.
That's okay. Not many people can do that, so don't worry about it. Actually, no, I'm gonna just spoil it for you. It's Dull Boy by Mudvayne. Good song. Anyway, so it looks like Crazy's now mining from the top left base. He did go ahead and finish his command center. He was building at his third. So the economies are actually looking to be fairly even, I think, now. Actually, Crazy's slightly ahead. But the big thing is that Whisper's got one hell of an army.
Whisper's got 14 siege tanks to Crazy's 3, or now 4. It's gonna be huge.
Yeah. We have almost identical work counts yet again, 56 and 55. But
Crazy's getting your upgrade. Oh wait,
is.
no, that's vehicle. Vehicle plating, not air plating. No.
That's
I don't know, I kind of watched that last fight after you said something, and the medevacs didn't even get to use hardly any of their energy with all these siege tanks killing everything at once, so I guess I could see why people would skip that upgrade.
I don't know, I was thinking about it for drop center, but right now we're seeing Whisper just wreck. Holy God, he just destroyed. There's no even ability to be like, oh my God, the battle, that was just wreckage, and Crazy just GG's right there. So that is game number 1 of this particular series, and with that, Whisper is up 1-0, and Crazy's now down 0-1, so he's going to need to go ahead and pull off something to win the next 2 games. So that was a very strong showing. Whisper is random, remember that, guys, so for the next game, who knows what race he's going to be spawning. Let's go ahead and get into that game.
Off the start of this game, I'm gonna have to make a phone call, but I'll start at the same time as you, and then I'll hop in as soon as my call's over.
Okay.